if you don't know anything about human psychology, you're low-key fucked. Like, I mean that really seriously. And the reason that I mean that very seriously is because this is all a game, all right? This is all a social game that we're all playing, and we're all trying to be the winner of that social game. And if you don't realize that that's what's going on, then you're always, when I say always at a disadvantage, because people always are on and you're off, thinking that nobody's on. And it's just really dumb for you to be caught in a web because you have no idea that everybody else is on and you're off. And this is something that I've been realizing as I have been diving deeper into sales, because sales is human psychology. That's all it is, right? When you know human psychology, you know what the fuck's going on most of the time in all these interactions. And it's unfortunate because I think most people, they literally just have no idea. Like, they have no clue that their verbal cues, what they say, how they say something, is all affecting how people are viewing you. And I don't want people to not hear you out, but there's a lot that you can do to actually get people to hear you out, and learning human psychology is one of them. So yeah, basically the name of the game is you have to understand human psychology, and it's because we're all saying something without actually saying something through the tones that we use, through our body language. And if you're not fully aware of that, there's a whole other language that you're actually missing out on that is affecting you in your life unknowingly. And I have just been realizing this in my life because I think there are times when I really think that it's not that deep. And what I mean by it's not that deep is that I think, oh, if I just say this way, or if I always look jovial to see people, or if I'm messaging someone and I'm not really thinking about that game that is mentally being played, and people are determining essentially how they should treat you based off of all of your nonverbal cues as well as your etiquette. Do you respond right after someone texts you? Are you in a rush to get the person's attention? Like, or do you not really care? Are you more nonchalant? And in all honesty, when you are more nonchalant, those are the people that win, okay? And even if you're one of those people who's like, no, like, I want to show them that I care and that they're important to me, if you are too responsive too quickly, people are automatically going to see it as, oh my gosh, this person's desperate for my attention. I should see them as a lower status person because they don't see themselves as higher status where I have to work for their attention. And it's like, kind of, it's kind of the issue that I think I've been having, because I'm like, oh no, yeah, I just have to go with things and it's fine. But it's like, actually, no, you have to be very, very aware of the fact that people are always forming judgments about you, and whether you like it or not, you actually do have to play the game, and you do have to think about how you are appearing to not only yourself but to other people. And if you just think about it in the context of, let's say you're messaging someone and you don't really care, right? You'll get to the text when you get to it. You are not going to necessarily be super responsive. Even if that's the type of person that you are, if you have a life where you're busy in your life, you're not going to be jumping to answer your phone, right? You're going to be involved fully in whatever task is presented to you. So if you're the type of person who you get a text from someone and you see them as higher status and you just jump and you want to respond immediately, it's not going to bode well for you. And if you just think about dating, it's the same thing, right? The most nonchalant person, the person who cares the least, is usually the person, ironically, who is respected the most, because it's like, oh wow, this person responds whenever they feel like it. And it's like other people are trying to get in contact with you. So you become the higher status person because you're unreachable. And I know that fucking sucks, honestly, but it is the case. And when I think about people that I don't necessarily want to talk to right now, I am gonna be less responsive with those people. It's the people who I put on a pedestal, the people that I see as being more high status in me, that unconsciously I feel like I have to respond to them as quickly as possible. But they're not seeing me in that way. They're not seeing you in that way. So how can you start to shift your perspective around human psychology and your human interactions with people to put yourself at a higher status, so that not only do you respect yourself, but other people respect you as well? Be the type of person whereby not that you're impossible to get in touch with, but you have your own life going on. You're not sitting around on your phone trying to text people back, okay? Because that means that you're actually living for other people. You're living more of a reactive life versus a proactive life. And the key to success is really to live more of a proactive life versus a reactive life. And I've just been having so many instances as of late that is really showing me that I need to work on my own human psychology. And maybe you feel the same way too. We all want things to not be a game and for the best people in the world to rule the world and all this stuff, but that's not how it works, okay? How it works is that you have to respect yourself. You have to know the game that you're playing, and you have to learn it. And you have to stop acting naive, okay? Naivete is the reason why you're not in the place that you want to be. So in order to overcome that naivete, you have to learn. You have to prioritize seeking out the people who know how to do the thing that you want to know and get really good at, specifically human psychology in this place, and then do what they do, okay? And that's really it. I mean, we can complain till the cows come home, but human psychology is a field because humans are a bit predictable. And if you know that book, The 48 Laws of Power, you should read it because it's very, very valuable. And for a while, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be manipulating people. I'm not trying to do all that. Bro, the game is being played anyway. Do you want to know or do you not? Because I promise you, when you start to read up on these things and learn about human psychology, become an expert in human psychology, your life will literally start to transform. And I'm going to be implementing this moving forward. I do a little bit of it, but it's when not that I have people on a pedestal, but it's when I am seeing myself as lesser than people that I get myself fucked, okay? And maybe you're doing the same. You need to stop seeing yourself as lesser or greater than another person. You're just a person. That's it, okay? You're just a person. And when you can just be as neutral as possible and you really genuinely don't care whether or not this person likes you, that is where you come from a place of power, okay? And that's where you need to be. So if you enjoy this message, like, comment, and subscribe. My name is Sydney. I honestly never ever say that in any of these videos, but I probably should, because I'm sure I have new people on here who are like, who the fuck is this girl? Yeah. So yeah, I have been really learning to overcome all of my insecurities, my shortcomings, my low levels of self-worth, and really upgrading my self-concept so I can see myself as a worthy individual. And I want to help you do the same. So see you all in the next video.